Alright, I'm back. I haven't gotten my food, but... I just gotta get a snack, dude. I haven't eaten anything all day.
mom and I weren't very well off. She worked damn hard to keep me in the academy. There's no way they would have accepted me off the street like that. I knew from day one I'd never belong there.
So why stick around for so long?
Guess it was for mom.
Hello.
You know, it was kind of her dream.
What up? All right, I have my snack. I have my first meal of the day. Tuna mayo.
Your dream now,
Isn't that great? How's it going, Barbuda? I have these problems to solve, man.
Well, yeah,
Some of them are annoying. Some of them are easy. Some of them I'm like not used to. Like the area of the region of the points that satisfy the inequality. I'm sure that's not difficult, but I'm not used to solving those problems. Out of all the problems I solve, those are the ones I solve almost the least. I know it's like a rectangle, but I have a hard time visualizing that. So I'm just gonna leave that for the end. I'm gonna work on that later. But first, I also realized that it's been like a bunch of hours I've been awake and I haven't eaten anything, so that explains my inability to develop complex thoughts and thinking in abstractions. Yeah. So I'm gonna eat tuna mayo. The only thing I'd be missing is carbs. So I'd need to get like bread or something, but oh well. Okay.
You need to find your own dream.
Alright, what is this? Alright. Let me eat a little bit while we just take a look at this. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on problem 6. Oh, I also need to switch the battery on my headset. Alright, so. Switching the battery on my headset real quick. Okay. Alright, I have my water, I have my food, I have my chat. I should probably put my phone to charge for a little bit. Okay, I'm ready. What's this? Let me know if the music is too loud. Trying to give a lo-fi vibe to this. So. I gotta eat this mayo though. Message retracted, you say? All right. First thing I'm going to try is say let u equals x plus y. Because we're doing problem 6, they say find use the substitution to solve the system of equations. This. Okay. So let's try this substitution. This gives me... I don't even know why they want me to do the substitution. Like, I don't want to do a substitution. I just want to do this by hand. Just put like the 30 on this. Oh, actually, substitution would probably help a lot. So So u plus square root of u equals 30. Okay. Cool. U squared. Whoops, not u squared. U minus 30 equals. How about this? Square root of u equals 30 minus u. Square both sides. You get u equals 900 minus 60u plus u squared. Okay. U squared. I see. I made a mistake in my. I see. I wrote 59. It was supposed to be 61. I see. 61. That explains a lot. U squared minus 61u plus 900 equals 0. Okay. U equals. Let's see. Some product. Can I do some product here? Negative 61. Product 900. All right. Let's look at these products. 30 times 30. No bueno. I don't know, probably just use the quadratic formula then. Minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times ac divided by 2a equals 61 plus or minus. I'm actually going to put today's stream as an educational stream. I think that makes more sense. There we go. Okay. 61 plus or minus square root of... What number is this? Let's see. 61 squared is 3,721. Okay, what's 59 squared? Oh, okay. So 61 squared minus 4 times 900 is 121 over 2. Okay. So then this is 61 plus or minus, what is this, 11? Over 2. So that means... 72 over 2, 36. U equals to, or minus 11, that's 50 over 2, 25. Okay, so what this means, U equals this, or U equals this. Okay, which really just translates to x plus y equals 36, or x plus y equals 25. Okay, whatever that means. What do I do here now? Okay. Well, let's try something else. V equals x minus y. We have to solve this, right? Bro, what are we listening to? Cyberpunk 2077 lo-fi beats playlist, Night City Chill Hop. I don't know if I like it. Alright. V equals x minus y. V equals x minus y. So this would be like 6. This would be like 1. This would be 2. This would be 2. Let's see. Hot diggity damn. There we go. Okay. More tuna. All right, let's see this quadratic. Another quadratic. 12 times 12. Let's see. Whatever, dude. V equals 25 plus or minus square root 25 squared. Wait. Negative 25 b squared minus 4 ac over 2a. Yeah. $25 squared minus 4 times 144, 49 over 2. So that's 25 plus or minus 7 over 2, which gives me V equals to 32 over 2 is 16, or 25 minus 7 is 18 over 2, 9. Right? 25, so 20 minus 7, 13 plus 5, 18. Okay. 18 over 2, 9. Okay. But what this means is x minus y equals 16, or x minus y equals 9. Okay. So let's see how we merge this and this together. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. We get not sure how this is gonna work out, but let's say x plus y equals 36, x minus y equals 16. Maybe I can't do it that way. Maybe that's not the way. Maybe that's not the way. This plus this equals 2x, which goes to 52. X equals 26. Y equals 10. Okay. That's one option. Here's the second option. X plus Y equals 36. X minus Y equals 9. Is this gonna work? I don't even know if this makes sense anymore. 2x equals 45. X equals 45 over 2, which equals 22.5. I don't know if this is correct anymore. Y equals to 36 minus this. So 30 minus 20. So 16 minus 2.5. 13.5. 13.5. Which equals to 27 over 2. I'm curious, is this true? Like, if I plug these back in, is that gonna work? X equals 26. Okay, x equals 26, y equals 10. Let's try that. 26 plus 10 plus square root of 36 equals... Wait. 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 I fucked up somewhere. This is clearly wrong. 2610, huh? 2610. 26, 10, 36. That cannot be. This doesn't work. This solution doesn't work. Okay. Okay, so then I know what this is then. Okay, how do I relate U and V though? Use a substitution to solve the system of equations. Well, this equation plus this equation, what does that do? I'm confused. 2x plus square root of x plus y plus square root of x minus y equals 42. Okay. Okay, let me finish eating my tuna and then we'll do this. This doesn't help. This doesn't help. Whatever. They want me to do a substitution though. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? So u equals x plus y. Okay, u plus this equals this. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Stupid. Use a substitution to solve the system of equations. I don't need to use a substitution, my guy. I don't need to. I could just solve the system equation like this. Why do I need to do a substitution? Whatever, dude. Okay, so what if we just had... I think that's probably better. U squared plus u minus 30 equals 0. U plus 6 u minus 5. Yeah, I think that I'm fucked up here. I shouldn't have done that. Should have done this. Okay, so this equals 0. U equals -6 or u equals 5. Amazing. Wait, is that true? Okay. Fine, let's use A and B. B minus 3. Okay, now what do I do with this? Oh, I see. I see. But A equals square root of x plus y, which is bigger than 0. There we go. Bigger or equal to 0. That's what we were missing. So. But B equals square root of x minus y, which is bigger or equal to 0. A equals 5. Okay. Cool. So now we know that x plus y wait. Yeah, so that means x plus y equals, wait, x plus y x plus y equals a squared, x minus y equals b squared, which is 25, which equals to 9. Wait, did I fuck up? I think I might have fucked. Yeah, what am I doing? It's not 36. X equals to 17. Y equals to... Y equals to... 17 minus 9, which equals 8. Thus, x equals 17, y equals 8. Okay, solved. Fantastic. So, in essence, attempt 2 works better. Where did I fuck up here, though? U equals x plus y. 36 or equals 25. Yeah, well, this seems complicated. Okay. So, next problem. Alright, I think I finally finished my food. We're gonna actually do some shit. we do this? Mirror is being updated. Reconnecting. That's not good. That's not good at all. Why? Why are you being updated, reconnecting? Why? Whatever. In fact, it still solve problems, so it's not a big problem, I guess. It's crazy. Wow. Whatever. Okay. I'm putting chat on my phone so I can read you guys better. Alright. No. What's going on, dude? Bro, my whiteboards are dying. Whatever. Okay, there we go. Okay. Shit. D for draw. Okay, so problem 7. Problem 7. We're gonna say this. This is where we're at now. So if x plus y plus z equals 1, if x plus y, or let's actually write it here. If x plus y, 7. If x plus y plus z equals 1, and 1 over x plus 1 over y plus 1 over z equals 0, find x plus y, sorry, x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals what? Good luck, I guess. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm entirely sure what you want from me, but let's try some stuff. Attempt number 1. Attempt number 1. What if we say x plus y equals 1 minus z, and then we square both sides? What happens then? Nothing good, I hope. Or nothing good, I'm sure. X squared plus 2, this is probably not the way to do it, but plus y squared. See, now I have xy's, that's not good. Equals what? Bro, what the fuck? That doesn't sound good. No, I don't want this. This is terrible. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Instead, I'm going to say common denominator. So this is x plus y plus z equals 1, and that's fine. But then I have yz plus xz plus xy over xyz. Is that right? Okay. Which equals 0. Okay. But what I know... what do I know? Apparently... symmetric identities. What do I need to know? squares. Maybe that's not what I want. What do I do with this? Oh, wait. I'm dumb. I therefore know that yz plus xz plus xy equals 0. Okay. So now, we also know that x plus y plus z squared equals to, oh boy, x plus y plus z times x plus y plus z, which really equals to x squared plus xy plus xz plus yx, or rather, sure, yx plus y squared plus yz plus zx plus zy plus z squared. However, this and this are identical, this and this are identical, and this are identical. So then this entire thing is x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 2 times xy plus yz plus, no, xy, whoops, xy plus xz plus yz. Okay, but we know that yz we know, but we know this. Xy plus xz plus yz equals 0. So then this should equal 1. Because this is 1. Or 1 squared, but that's just 1, so who cares? Yes. Let's use some colors to make this nice. That wasn't too bad. Fuck. There we go. So our answer is x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals 1. That's, yeah. So we're done with that. Thus, x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals 1. Okay, fantastic. Let's do number 8. My other whiteboards are still fucked beyond belief. Access denied? What up, Minky? How's it going, bud? I guess we're doing it here. Been getting some emails. The hell? Okay. Anyways, next problem. We got problem 8 now. Problem 8. We're now here. Problem 8. Okay. When w of x equals 4x cubed minus 6x squared minus 5m plus 1x minus 2m is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is minus 30, or negative 30. Figure out the value of m and use it to solve the inequality w of x bigger or equal to 0. Okay. Question 8. W of x. You know, maybe I should use thin. W, yes. W of x equals 4, okay. 4x cubed minus 6x squared minus 5m plus 1 x minus 2m. And what we know is W of -2 equals -30. I believe. Oh, that's easy, right? This is true, right? Let me find it in my textbook. Where is my textbook? Fuck, what was this? What was this question about? This is about remainder theorem, so I need the remainder theorem. Polynomial rational, nope. Polynomial functions, quadratic functions, polynomial rational functions, real zeros. Yes, real zeros. Nope, not what I want. Wait, where's my dividing polynomials? Yes, long division using the remainder theorem. If the polynomial, okay. Here's the remainder theorem. We have what we need. The remainder theorem. There we go. We have this. If the polynomial p of x is divided by x minus c, then the remainder is the value p of c. Okay? That should make sense. If the divisor in the division algorithm is of the form x minus c for some real number c, then the remainder must be a constant since the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. If we call this constant r, then p of x equals to x minus c times q of x plus r, because this is what's factorable by this is what's factorable by x minus c, and this is not factorable. Yo, Google man, how's it going, man? Long time no see. I'm okay, man. I just got some work to do, so might as well stream it, do some math, chill stream. I gotta solve these problems. I have like 12 problems to solve, and I've solved 6 of them. So I need 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and number 5. So that's 6 problems I need to solve. Why do I have my COG tomorrow? Why? Anyway, bye. You got a new subscriber. What up, Hussein? Mohyudin. What's a COG? COG. Counter Logic Gaming. COG exam. College exam. Combined graduate CGL. Combined graduate level examination. When will you come online again? I mean live. It's hard to say, but usually I try Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I from 3 p.m. EST. However, I fail to do so and end up skipping streaming days, so it's unclear. But usually look out for me on like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. If I'm on, usually those will be the day. Yeah, and usually I'm gaming and talking a lot of nonsense and a lot of shit. So you've been warned. It's rarely gonna be math, but maybe we do more math and more physics and stuff, because in fact I might do like going through a textbook over a long period of time, so we'll see about that. But we also do mostly gaming and listening to my ramblings of stupid shit. Good luck on your exam though. It's important. Anyways, so this is what matters here. The remainder theorem. There we go. Remainder theorem. Make sure to get good sleep, dude. Best nonsense ever, not gonna lie. I don't know, man. Sometimes I say some pretty controversial things. Which, to be fair, if you say or believe controversial things, I don't think that makes you evil. I think that just means people need to have conversations and see what is what without hate. Anyways, so if this is true, right? When w of x is divided by x plus 2, the remainder is -30. That basically means this. W of negative, when you plug in x equals -2. Wait, is that true? Yes. Yes. Okay, fantastic. So that means basically that... Wait, sorry, I should stop zooming in and out. How have you been, Google man? That means that... That means that do like move. Yes, there we go. Like this maybe? Nah, whatever. I'll just leave this. Wait, what controversial? I didn't hear the last part. Oh, I have some controversial takes. 100%. 100%. One of these days, some schmucks are gonna cancel me for it. Instead of just being civil and discussing it and seeing where we agree and where we disagree. And if I'm wrong, why? Anyways, 4 times -2 cubed minus 6 times 4. Or, yeah, sure, 4. -2 squared. Minus 5m plus 1 times -2 minus 2m equals -30. So -4 times 8 minus 6. I know I'm doing this really slowly, but whatever. -6 times 4 minus plus 10m plus 2 minus 2m equals to -30. -32 minus 24 plus 8m plus 2. I don't know why I'm adding this plus 2. Let's just say this equals to -32 for all I care. 2 goes here, becomes -32. Google man, how have you been, man? Let me know. How's your life? I'm the most consistent streamer in the world. 8m equals 24. M equals 3. Is that right? I assume so. I think so. M equals 3. Man, I miss them math streams. You and me both, man. I think maybe it's not a terrible idea to go through a textbook or 3 on stream. Like I'll schedule something and organize it. I don't know if people can make it to it because it's gonna be like probably mornings for me, which would be afternoons for you. We'll see, because we'll see. But I don't think I'm gonna get any copyright infringement stuff because I own the 2 textbooks I'm interested in, but I have also a PDF version of them. So I'm just gonna show the PDF version on my stream, and like I doubt the fucking publishing company is gonna be like, hey man, why are you using our textbook? Because I fucking paid for it and I want a fucking PDF version of it. You assholes. I wanna, just learn. Why must I be stopped from doing so? Question 8, when w of x equals this, blah, blah, figure out the value of m and use it to solve the inequality, w of x bigger or equal to 0. Okay. So now, part 2, w of x equals to 4x cubed minus 6x squared minus 15 plus 1 x minus 2. Wait. 4x cubed minus 6x squared minus 3 times 5 plus 1 times x minus 2 times 3. When is this bigger or equal to 0? Yes. Not gonna lie, kind of tough, but because I'm starting new things, I finished studies, now I'm searching for jobs, and also have to learn how to drive, but overall, nice. Yeah, man, you got this. Just keep working hard, and you'll get there. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you that things have been tough as well. Things have been tough, but we do what we can, which is the best we can, I guess. All right, so what is this? 4x cubed minus 6x squared. I know I'm taking my sweet time doing this, but I don't want to make mistakes, and I want to talk to you guys as well. When is this bigger or equal to 0? Can I factor this? Is this factorable? I need to divide this and factor it somehow. How do we factor cubics, man? How to factor cubics? What's the main technique? To factor cubics, you can use methods like factoring by grouping for 4-term polynomials, which involves finding the greatest common factor of each pair of terms. Alternatively, use the special formulas for the sum and difference of cubes if your cubic fits one of these patterns. X cubed plus y cubed equals x plus y times x squared. Yeah, good fucking luck, bro. For general cubics, you find one root, say a, and divide the polynomial by x minus c to get a quadratic, which you can... Okay, so really, we're gonna just guess. We're gonna guess some factors, and if they are a factor, then we do synthetic division. We get a simpler polynomial, which will be of degree 2, and then we solve that the usual way. Like, that seems to be the most reasonable thing, unfortunately. So let's try some simple roots. Let's say, we have to find the roots of this, huh? Okay, so find roots. Find roots. Try easy roots. X equals 1. X equals 1, so W of 1 equals... So W of 1 equals 4 minus 6 minus 16 minus 6. Is this bigger or equal to 0? Bro, I do not think so. Oh, sorry, is this equal to 0? Nope. It is not. What is this? Minus a bill. This is not equal to 0. Let's just be honest. It's not equal to 0. So that didn't work. What about x equals negative 1? W of negative 1, is that a root I can use? Wait a minute. I could use the polynomial fucking roots theorem, which means, okay. Possible roots. Okay, P equals negative 6, Q equals 4. So that means the possible roots are P over Q equals to, shit, that's not right. I'm still not done. So this is plus or minus 1, comma, plus or minus 2, comma, plus or minus 3, comma, plus or minus 6. Let me explain what I'm doing. So I should probably, you goddamn bastards. I'll just show you. Real zeros of polynomials. Real zeros of polynomial and irrational. Fuck. 1 second. Real zeros of polynomials. Okay, so the rational zeros theorem is what I want to talk to you about. Let me just show it to you. The rational zeros theorem. So essentially, if the polynomial, this is just any polynomial, has integer coefficients, and then every rational zero of p is of the form p over q, where p and q are integers with p over q in lowest terms, and p is a factor of the constant coefficient a naught, q is a factor of the leading coefficient an. So p is essentially this, q is essentially... No, that's not true what I said. The values of p depend on the factors of this, while the values of q depend on the value of an, of the highest coefficient. Anyways, just how it goes, I would be surprised if it wasn't tough. Yeah, no way. Yeah, okay. So the rational zeros theorem. This is a thing that exists that we should probably know. There's a proof here that we don't care about, but whatever. So we found P and Q. P and Q here. I also got ChatGPT on my left, which really just did some stuff, but I'm going to see if we can do this with rational roots theorem, because I need to be able to see if this works. So this is plus or minus 1 comma plus, these are the factors of 4, plus or minus 4. Okay, so now let's find, what are we finding? Let's find some possible roots. So some possible roots, p over q, possible roots p over q equals to this over this, for example. That's a possible root. So plus or minus 1, that's a possible root. Another one is plus or minus 2 over 1, plus or minus 3 over 1, plus or minus 6 over 1, and then we have other ones like plus or minus 1/2, because it's like this divided by this. Oh, sorry, this divided by this. Wait, this divided by this is 2, this divided by this is 1, this divided by this is 1/2. And then you got plus or minus 3, which you already mentioned, plus or minus 3 over 2, comma, plus or minus 3 over 4. We're not going to try all these. We're just writing them down. We're going to try only a few, and then this is going to simplify itself. Nice writing. Well, thanks, man. It's not the best. I'm doing this with a mouse, by the way. With a mouse, so yeah. I tried plus or minus 2 ain't working. It probably doesn't work, but I'm doing this really slow because I want to also kind of like see if you can absorb any of this. 3 over 4, 6 over 1, which we have, 6 over 2, which is 3, 6 over 4, which is 3 halves. So these are all the possible roots. So now we just try from these ones, and the moment we find that one root should be here for sure. Like all 3 of them should be here, probably, if my math knowledge is good enough. But we tried plus 1, it didn't work. We need the remainder to equal to 0. If the remainder equals to 0, that means it's a root, right? Yes. So w of -1, we get -4 minus 6 plus 16 minus 6. Oh ho, baby cakes! Minus 10 minus 16 is a 0. Hey, we didn't actually need to do all of this, but whatever. That's good practice for understanding polynomials and how to deal with them and finding roots of higher than second order polynomials. Anyways, so x equals -1 is a root. Is a root. Thus, therefore, x minus -1, which is x plus 1, is a factor. So that means synthetic division. Synthetic division. Let's learn about synthetic division, my guy. Oh my goodness, that's disgusting. Let me try again. Synthetic division. So what is synthetic division? That's what we need. That's how we're going to be finding. Wait, where's my synthetic division? Dividing polynomials. I'll show you synthetic division. Synthetic division. Okay, here's synthetic division. Wait, synthetic division. There we go. I'm going to copy paste it on the screen for you to see. Alright, cool. Here's synthetic division. So what is synthetic division? Synthetic division is a quick method of dividing polynomials. It can be used when the divisors of the form x minus c. In synthetic division, we write only the essential parts of the long division. Who needs gaming when we have map gameplay? Bro, I gotta go do dishes in like a few minutes. It's not gonna take me too long, but I mean like the clean dishes I gotta put back in the thing so that then I can put the dirty dishes. It might take me like 5-6 minutes. Probably 5 minutes. It's not that bad. We'll call it a bathroom break. Synthetic division is a quick method of dividing polynomials. It can be used when the divisor is of the form x minus c. In synthetic division, we write only the essential parts of the long division. Compare the following long and synthetic divisions in which we divide 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 5 by x minus 3. We'll explain how to perform the synthetic division in example 3. Okay, so this is basically synthetic division is like a faster way of dividing than long division, with the specific caveat that you have to have something like x minus 3. Like it can't be, like it has to be in this form. It has to be in the form x minus a, and then this would be like a. So how it works, every time I have to review this, dishwashing stream when, for imagine I got a part-time job dishwashing, and then I just streamed it. Anyways, so if you're dividing, I hope you all know how to do long division, but if you don't, it's basically like, hey, if you're dividing this by this, then how many times does this enter into this here? Well, that enters into it, oh, sorry, no, that's not true. I'm doing the wrong thing. If you're trying to divide this by this, like 2x cubed minus blah, 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 by x minus 3, the first question is, how many times does x minus 3 enter into 2x cubed? And the answer is, man, how did he do this? It's not how I do it. It enters negative x squared times. That makes sense. Wait, what? No, that's not true. It's 2x cubed, sorry, 2x squared times. It's the way I write it is different, so I get confused. So it enters 2x squared times. Yes. So x minus 3 enters into 2x cubed, 2x squared times. But then you have, you know, you have to multiply this by this. So you get 2x cubed minus 6x squared. And then minus 7x squared minus 6x squared remains minus x squared. And then you have a 0x here you need to divide. So how many times does x minus 3 enter into negative x squared? Well, it enters negative x times. So then negative x times x minus 3 gives me negative x squared plus 3x. And then these cancel out. I'm left with negative 3x plus 5. So negative 3x plus 5, how many times does that enter into x minus 3? Well, that enters minus 3 times. So minus 3 times x minus 3 is minus 3x plus 9. And then I have this minus this is essentially negative 4. And so that's my remainder. So the way synthetic division works is you do the same thing, except you'd say you write just the coefficients here. You write these coefficients. What a barbuda. You write these coefficients. This is the coefficient of x minus a. Whoops. The coefficient of x minus a. I'm just reviewing synthetic division because I don't do it very often. X minus a, in this case, like a equals 3, essentially. So this is like x minus 3 here. Anyways. So x minus a. This is the form we want. So we take this coefficient, which is 3. We take these coefficients of the powers, which is 2, negative 7, 0, 5. And then, what do we do? Yes, we put this one down. So that's 2. And then 2 times 3 gives me 6. Minus 7 plus 6 is minus 1. Multiply that by 3, you get negative 3. Plus 0 is negative 3. Then multiply negative 3 by 3 to get negative 9. Oh, that's a lot of... I should have used different colors on this, shouldn't I? Okay, maybe that's too many. And then 5 minus negative 9 is negative 4. Okay, which basically means that when I'm trying to divide my cubic here... Wait, where's my cubic? Here, this is my cubic. So where's my synthetic division? I'm trying to do negative 1. Wait, I'm trying to do negative 1. I'm just going to copy the synthetic division here. And then the coefficients are 4, negative 6, negative 16, negative 6. So then, if I'm correct about this, I get 4. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. This plus this is negative 10. And then negative 10 times negative 1 is 10. And then negative 16 plus 10 is negative 6. And then negative 6 times negative 1 is 6, which is a good indication here because you have plus 6, negative 6. These cancel out, you get 0, so you have a remainder of 0, which is to be expected because you know that x plus 1 is a factor, so it should factor perfectly. Which means that if I divide this, I actually get x plus 1. If I factor it, I should say, you get w of x equals x plus 1. My goodness. Let us try to make this at least somewhat legible. X plus 1 times 4x squared minus 10x minus 6. I imagine. And then we can factor a quadratic easily. We say sum and product way of factorizing. Not gonna lie, this is a Cho Chinese style. I don't even know if it's Chinese, but it's Asian for sure, question mark. S equals to negative 10. P is so the sum is negative 10. The product is 4 times negative 6, which is negative 24. So I need two numbers that sum to negative 10 and multiply to negative 24. So 12 and 2? Sorry, negative 12, comma 2 would work. Negative 12 plus 2 is... Please don't tell me that's an ad. Are we still listening to music? Yes. Video pause. Continue watching. Yes. I want to continue doing that. So negative 12 plus 2. Which means, by the way, the way that this works, factorizing any quadratic, is you're looking for a sum that has the coefficient here. You're looking for two numbers whose sum is the coefficient here, and whose product is the multiplication between these two, between A and C. Once you find them, these are the two numbers that basically help you split up the middle term so you could factor it easily. So what I have here is x plus 1, and then here I have 4x squared, and I'm going to split up this negative 10x into negative 12x plus 2x, and then I have negative 6. So this means x plus 1, and now I can factor any of these two if I wish. So I get 4x parenthesis, let me put a big parenthesis here. 4x x minus 3 plus 2x minus 3, which basically means that I have x plus 1 parenthesis x minus 3 parenthesis 4x plus 2. 4x plus 2. And by the way, this root here should be one of the roots, one of the possible roots that we found here. So that means, let me just factor it again. It's like 2x plus 1, x minus 3, 2x, no, how about this? 4. So this is x plus 1/2. So it turns out that one of the root is negative 1, the other root is 3, and the other root is negative 1/2. And as you can see, all three of those fall within the potential roots given by the rational root theorem. Is that what it's called, the rational root theorem? Rational zeros theorem. Whatever, rational root theorem, it's the same thing. I don't care. Anyways, so now the question is, let's see, Google Man 2 is leaving. My guy, it was nice seeing you again, but sadly I already gotta go, so I wish you an amazing day and good luck with the smooth map. See you next time. See you next time, Google Man. I wish you a good day, dude. Thanks for stopping by, it's been a while. Enjoy life. Make sure to hydrate, drink water. That's redundant, what I just said. Eat food, and then, you know, exercise. Anyways, so what we're trying to do is to find now, for this value of m that we have, what is w, when is w of x bigger than 0? I think that's what the question was. Where's the question? When w of x is divided by blah blah blah, figure out the value of m and use it to solve the inequality. W of x bigger or equal to 0. So w of x, when is w of x bigger or equal to 0? Well, what we're gonna do now is, since we know the roots, since we know all of these roots, what that means is we can do a sine graph, which says at x equals negative 1, at x equals negative 1/2, and at x equals to 3, we've got zeros. These are the zero values. This, for these values of x, this is equal to 0. Which means that if I plug in a value less than negative 1, say negative 2, I can look at the sign of each of these factors, and I could figure out the sign overall for the equation. So negative 1 is okay, but let's see negative 2. So w of negative 2, sorry, negative 2. W of negative 2 equals to, well, sorry. For w of negative 2, we have, I'm just going to write the sign. Negative 2, this is a negative, times a negative, times another negative, which means that this is positive. So that's positive. Everywhere up until negative 1, it's positive. Now, after negative 1, so negative 1 is equal to 0. After negative 1, because all of these factors are odd, then that means that it's just going to switch signs. So this would be negative, this would be positive, this would be negative. So because of the way that this works, like if I plug in a number between -1 and -1/2, then this is going to change signs to a positive, but this will remain the same sign, this will remain the same sign. Therefore, I'll have positive, negative, negative. Wait, am I crazy? I said negative, negative, negative is positive? What am I, stupid? It's negative. Negative, negative, negative. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? There we go. I made a dumbass mistake. Negative, negative, negative equals negative. Yes. Fantastic. Sometimes I make dumb mistakes. It happens. I need to drink some water. After this problem, I'm gonna go do the dishes real quick, and then we'll be back and we'll do more math. But okay, so let me just verify. X less than -1 is negative, negative, negative. So it's negative. Therefore it's positive. Therefore it's negative. Therefore it's positive. Which means that W of X is bigger or equal to 0 for X element of -1 to -1/2 union 3 comma infinity. That makes sense, right? Yeah, I think that makes sense. -1 to -1/2 union 3 to infinity. Yeah, that's good. Final answer. Cool. All right, cool. The only problem that I haven't been able to solve yet, because I'm really not comfortable with it, is this one. Find the area of the region. This is the only one that I kind of need to spend a little bit more time on and think it through, maybe do some research. Because I usually don't solve these problems, so I'm interested to see how one's... I mean, I saw some video of some guy solving like a more complicated version, but I'll be honest, I tried and I didn't really get too far. Anyways. Okay, I'm gonna go do the dishes real quick. I need 5 minutes. BRB dishes. Wait, doing dishes. 5 minutes. Alright, be right back. I just gotta do the dishes 5 minutes. Okay, be right back.
references of resistance by aided new leadership to accepting advice or criticism about the fitness and readiness of individuals for space flight. Free space flight.
boy. Alright. I have more snacks. Okay. So, now what? Alright, I'm back. Alright, what was the next problem we're at? Let me just see. So we should do problem 9 now. Alright, problem 9. You ready? I'm ready. Meanwhile, this is still fucking broken. Great. No. Request access. It's fine. Anyways. Problem 9. Problem 9. So problem 9 says solve this. Okay, so if this is 7 and this is 8, then we should probably keep going down and say this is 9. This is 9? 9. Okay. So solve this. Alright. I can do that. Oh, that's easy, bro. What the fuck am I talking about? Just factor it. X minus 3 squared. However, I have an issue here. I have an issue. Is this absolute value of x? Minus 3? Is this? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No, that... This part always confuses me. Oh no. How do I deal with this? Let's think about this for a moment. Let's do some research. Let's ask AI. See what it says, if it can maybe remind me what I'm supposed to do here. See. What is the square root of a square? Is that just absolute value? Absolutely, yeah, it is. I'm a little puzzled with square roots basics, which says the square root of a square number is absolute value of that number. I was in an impression that it would have both positive and negative roots, for example. Like, this is common knowledge, sure, but I like reviewing basic fundamental ideas just because I want to keep them fresh in my understanding. What if we tried to resolve the confusion? That's funny. In order to be a function, it has to return one and only one value. The principal square is the one we chose to use in defining the function. It's true that both 2 and negative 2 and squared make 4, so x squared equals 4 is solvable with x equals plus or minus square root of 4. But it's not saying that plus or minus 2 is the result of square root of 4. It's saying that plus or minus... in order to be a function... Okay. So, but that is not saying that plus or minus 2 is the result of square root of 4. It is saying that plus or minus 2 is the result of plus or minus square root of 4. Uh-huh. I see. It is saying that plus or minus 2 is the result of plus or minus square root of 4. Plus or minus is already there, okay? Sequentially, squaring a value would produce a positive result, and the subsequent root determination should account for all the possible values. This is problematic programmatically, since the second operation only knows about the squared root. The traditional recursive part, okay, nobody fucking cares about that. What about this answer? It's interesting. There's like no good answer here. It's funny. Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. We know it's this. We know that it's this. What is this? Okay. No domain restrictions. There we go. I'm happy with that. Now what, bro? Now what? How do we used to do this? (25/3). Okay. Can I square both sides? Can I do that? No, that doesn't help me with this though. Well, it probably does. I wonder, can I do this? Like square both sides and then you get like x plus 2 squared, which is always positive. And then so it doesn't matter what this is. Well, actually it does. What the fuck? I guess I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to do that. Okay, so we need to assume some cases. What am I trying to do? Solve this? Okay. So... -2, 3. So before -2, there's 3 cases really. Before negative, if x is less than -2, right? If x, like, x less than -2, then we get negative x plus 2 plus, I mean, minus x minus 3? Why? Because this would be negative, so you have to multiply by a negative sign. Okay. And then this would be less than 25/3. So what am I talking about? No. I'm a silly Billy guy. I'm a silly Billy guy. Wait. Like this? I'm so confused. I almost feel like writing it as 25/3 here and then just playing around with that. I'm curious what that would give me. What would that give me? Negative x, -2, negative x, negative plus 3, minus 25, less than 0. So x, -2x, 1 minus 24 less than 0. X is bigger than -12. then you have, let's do it slowly, 2x bigger than negative 24. X is bigger than negative 12, okay? So that means x bigger than negative 12, x less than negative 2? Pretty much? Like, that's what that means? So let's just say this entire thing is like here. I guess. What do you mean negative 11 over 3? What the fuck? Did I make a mistake? Oh, wait. Negative x, negative 2, negative x plus 3 minus 25. I made a mistake somewhere. So this is, so negative x plus 2, negative x minus 3 minus 25, negative x minus 2, negative x plus 3 minus 25. So that's, oh, I'm an idiot. Wait, am I an idiot? Negative 2 plus 1, negative 24. I'm confused. I'm confused. What? But if x is less than negative 2, I'm confused. If x is, okay, so for negative 2, negative 12 to negative 2? The fuck? Does that make sense? I have like ChatGPT next to me helping me out, and it's saying some weird stuff that I don't agree with. It says this. Wait. So there are only two intervals than x plus x less than negative 2, plus 2 less than 0, and x negative 3 less than 0. Oh no, okay. No, I agree with that. So x plus 2. But why is it 25 over 3? Did I make? Oh, it's because I'm an idiot. There's an over 3 here, buddy. I made a mistake. So this is wrong. And then negative 2x plus 1. 1 is 3, so that's negative 22 over 3. Is that right? So then 2x is bigger than negative 22 over 3, which means x is bigger than negative 11 over 3, which means x is an element of negative 11 over 3, negative 11 over 3, comma, negative 2. So that's 9. It's 9 point something. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Negative 11 over 3. Yeah, that's good. That's case 1. Cool. Case 2. X is between 3 and negative 2. So what that means, what does that mean? It means that x plus, wait, what does that mean? It means if x is between negative 2 and 3, then this is still positive. That's what that means. Plus, okay, x between, okay, what if I have 0? Well, that means it's still negative. What am I talking about? This is easy. It's still negative. I'm being really stupid sometimes, but whatever. That's fine. That's what happens when you teach a billion courses and you forget all the details of all the minute cases. X plus 2 minus x minus 3. Less than 25 over 3. That's good. Sounds good. Okay. Right? Because this is always gonna be negative up until it reaches 3. So in this case, what do I have? Now I just need to solve this, right? Yeah, this is... So x plus 2 minus x plus 3. Is that less than 25 over 3? That's 5. Is 5 less than 25 over 3? Yes. So x between -2 and 3 works as well? Does that make sense? Wait. Oh, I see. So we're supposed to say x is from -2 included to 3. That makes sense. Yeah. Because at -2 it's 0, so that's fine. So that's this. Okay, that's cool. And then we've got the last one, which is case 3. Case 3 says... What does that say? It says... Case 3 says... X is bigger than or equal to 3. Yeah? That makes sense. Yes, YouTube, I am still listening. You want to stop being a little dick about it? Thank you. So if this is true, then we have x plus 2 plus x minus 3 less than 25 over 3. So then 2x minus 1 less than 25 over 3, which means 2x is less than 28 over 3, which means x is less than 14 over 3. Okay, which means x is an element of 3 comma 14 over 3. That's 4.666, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's good. Okay, so then our answer is x is an element of from -11 over 3 to -2. No, not to -2. Sorry, to 3. To 3 up until 14 over 3. What the fuck? So that means from here to here. Is that true? Seems like it to me. Is that the answer? From -11 over 3 to 14 over 3. Sure, man, that works. Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, we solved the problem. Amazing. Look at that. We solved it. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So that's our answer. Cool. I rolled this huge, though. It's huge. Anyways, back to the next problem, which is problem 10. Oh, great. I need to sketch some graphs now. Fantastic. I hope these are like... Bro, I bet you that YouTube just gets upset with me and says copyright infringement. Bastards. The bastards. Whatever, I don't care. Consider the function. Dude, it's getting so warm. Why am I so sweaty? It's problem 10. do it all the way over here. Maybe. Let's go down here. I'm so sweaty, what the fuck? I'm so sweaty, holy shit. Why? Why am I like having a heat wave in my body? Maybe I need to open this window. Maybe it's all the coffee. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is a problem. The fuck? That don't seem good. Oh, maybe. Is that right? So wait, what? I'm doing something wrong, dude. I'm doing something wrong. Is that wait? What the fuck did I do? Is that true? X plus 1? Let's see. So if I do 5 over x plus 1, so x minus 4 times x plus 1 is let's just do it the fucking good old way, dude. X squared minus 3x plus 1. X plus 1. So x, and then here I have x squared plus x minus negative 4x plus 1 minus 4 minus 4x minus 4 5. Okay, so x minus 4 plus 5 over x plus 1. Okay, so then we know that at a certain point it's gonna look like x plus 1. So x plus 1 looks like, sorry, x minus 4. X minus 4 looks like this. So let's say at a certain point it's gonna look like that. That's what we know. There we go. Okay. Maybe something like this. Okay, and as we approach negative 1 from the left, we go to negative infinity? Is that right? There we go. Probably something like this. Something like this, to be fair. There we go. It sounds good. And then on this side, it will be going from infinity. So, okay, at x equals 0, though, we have negative 4. Okay, what's f of 0? F of 0 equals negative 4 plus 5, which equals 1. Okay. So this is like 1. Okay. Essentially. It's kind of like what this should look like, no? It should look like a rational function closer to its asymptote, and should look like, let's see, something like that. So let's go to O from alpha. What the fuck is this? X squared minus 3x. X squared minus 3x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. I mean, I'm pretty much right. I'm pretty much right, really, but can I enlarge? No, I cannot. Of course I can't. Okay, how about Desmos, you bastard? Okay, so f of x equals... What does that equal? X squared minus 3x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. There we go. I mean, sure, dude. Sure. Question is, when is this minimum? So it does cross through 0. That makes sense. So what we should do is we should probably say something like when is f of x equal to 0? So x minus 4 plus 5 over x plus 1 equals to, well, really it's when is x squared minus 3x plus 1 over x plus 1 equal to 0? Well, it's when vertical, so y-intercept, x-intercept, x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. Oh boy. Okay. X equals to 3 plus or minus b squared minus 4 over 2, which equals 3 plus or minus square root of 5 over 2. Okay. 3 plus square root of 5 over 2. 3 minus square root of 5 over 2. Approximately. What's 3 plus square root of 5 divided by 2? That's 2.618. 3 minus square root of 5 over 2. 1.88. 2. So then that means that we cross through 1.88, 2.66. So if this is 1, 1.88, 2.66, are we sure? 1.88, 2. The fuck you mean, brother? Okay, well, clearly I drew this incorrectly because that's not okay. Let's say hypothetically that this is 1. Wait, what do I need? 2.61. Oh fuck, bro. If this is 4, this is 4, and this is 1, and therefore this should be 1. Ugh, fuck. How do I do that then? Shit. So take all of these and get them out of here. Oh boy. So I need to cross from 1.88. So if this is 1, then this is 2, and then this is 3. 3, and then this is 4. This is 4. So then... what in God's name are we saying? Equals 4 goes to 0. What? It's like this? That's weird. This should probably look something like this. Then do like this. Is that right? Yes, that is right. That is absolutely right. Okay. Maybe it starts more like here. There we go. Is that right? There we go. And then on this side... oh, fuck me, bro. Why do problems take so long? There's no way we're going through all these problems during the session. There's just no way. I'm dying. So then at 1.882, so here, and then at 2.618, 618, so it's here. How the fuck we gonna do that, boy? How the fuck we gonna do that? So this kind of looks like like this. Whoops. Oh, fuck me, bro. Fuck. Let's try that again. So it looks... and then from here on, it looks like this. That's what I imagine the curve should look like. And that is approximately what it looks like. Whatever. It's not the best, but... wait, what? I made a mistake? I made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Wait, did I make a mistake? What are your points? What are your zeros? 3 over 2. Oh, did I fuck that up? I think I fucked that up. No way, bro. 3 plus square root of 5. Oh, I messed up, dude. That's why. That's why. 3 minus... okay, it's because I'm an idiot. Of course I'm an idiot. I was wondering why this was happening. It's divided by 2 on both of them. 3 minus square root of 5 divided by 2. 0.382. 0.382. Okay, there we go. So that makes a lot more sense. So 0.382 would be about, so this is this. 0.32 is like here. And then So let's try to get these. Let's try to get these. Damn. That doesn't help me. Fuck. Damn. I see why. It's because this is wrong. There we go. Then it looks like this. You know. There we go. That should be approximately what it looks like. That looks kind of sick. Oh, it's 2.6, isn't it? Ah, fuck my life. It's supposed to be 2.6. So like this. There we go. That's fair, right? That's fair. Alright. Should be correct. Anyways, this is what the graph should look like. Close enough. Okay, well, I guess this one should look more like this, but whatever. I don't think it matters. Something like that. There we go. Anyways, sketch the graph showing all relevant features. I'm pretty sure we did that. So oblique asymptote. So vertical asymptote, x equals -1. Oblique asymptote, y equals x minus 4. Fantastic. We have the intercepts. Yeah. I think that's fine. Find the range of the function f of x without using the inverse function. I mean, doesn't it go from... Okay, so I need to figure out what the maximum value is here. Okay, so I know it goes from -infinity to something, and I know it goes from positive infinity to something. The question, or something to positive infinity. The question is, how do I find those? Without using the inverse function, the fuck? I don't know. I mean, wait, I do know. What am I talking about? I absolutely do know. So, we found these two zeros based on a quadratic. So that means that between these two, we get a peak. So, peak at... I actually don't know if that's true. It should be true. Peak at halfway point. So 3 plus square root of 5 over plus 3 minus square root of 5 divided by 2 equals 2. 3. That cannot be true. What am I talking about, dude? What am I talking about? 3 plus square root of 5. Nah, I'm stupid. What am I doing? Oh, divided by 2? There we go. Maybe that's what I need to do. There we go. The average between them. Yes, that makes sense. So 2.618 plus 0.32 divided by, yeah, okay, it's 1.5. It's 1.5. So 3 over 2. So at 3 over 2. At 3 over 2. At 3 over 2. Are we sure about that? Dude, I'm getting hungry again. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing, but whatever. What is the value? What is f? Maybe that's, I see. So I can't do that because I can't figure out this shit. That's not great. That's not great. I can't figure out this. What's f of 3 over 2? How do I find the range? Negative 1 over 2? I see. That doesn't help me, huh? This is true. This is incorrect what I said. I see. I'm tired. So then this is not true then. Alright, I need a break. Break. Time. I gotta eat my banana. I'm so confused. Fuck is 2 square root of 5? I don't even know how the fuck they figure that out, dude. Like, how in the hell do we know? Anyways, stream over for now, I guess.